of Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, reaching and engaging every Filipino on air, online, and on ground. Ito ang bagong DWIZ 882, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. Proud member of ALC Group of Companies.
Ang lahat ng opinyon, pagtingin, pananaw o kuro-kuro ng mga bisita at panauhin o mga anchors o host sa programang ito ay sarili at tanging opinyon at pananaw ng mga nabanggit at hindi opinyon o pananaw ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, mga producers o mga namamahala ng Aliw Broadcasting o anumang organisasyon na affiliated sa network at kailanman ay hindi iniendorso ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation ang mga nabanggit na opinyon at pananaw sa programa.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
Walang yumayaman sa pagiging empleyado lang. Dapat lahat tayo nagninegosyo. Timing! Narito ang isang programang magbibigay ng tamang gabay sa pagninegosyo. Pakinggan at panoorin ang mga ekspertong magiging guest dito. Isang show para sa negosyo. DWIZ Negoshow! Kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Pakinggan ng live sa DWIZ. Panoorin ng live sa Aliw 23 at i-follow sa lahat ng digital channels ng DWIZ, Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News App. Huwag munang magplano, huwag munang sasabak, huwag munang papasok sa negosyo nang hindi napapanood ang show na Negoshow.
Okay.
We're back,
We're
Tito.
back.
Yes.
And we have a great guest.
Yes,
Dito.
another exciting episode of Negoshow.
So, yan,
We have a
kami.
very special guest this afternoon, Tito. Idol ko to. Kasi, grabe. Very prominent sa
nga eh.
BNI, sa Business Network International. Kasi siya po ang, I guess,
Billion peso.
yes, that's right.
Ang
Referrer, Tito.
Referrer, no?
Guest po natin today is Architect Gene Go. Siya po ang Senior Managing Partner ng GSN Plus P Architecture Studio. Good afternoon, Architect Gene.
Good afternoon, Gerry and Boss Lito.
Uy,
Oy, Architect, thank you so much. Alam ko, napaka-busy mo. In
Oo,
fact, share ko lang, Tito. Matagal ko na itong hinahabol bilang guest natin.
oo nga.
Pero napaka-busy kasi helping others, Tito.
Ang
Ha?
dami kasing projects.
Oo nga.
Nakausap
Pero,
ko kanina.
yeah, before we get into your entrepreneurial journey, Architect, siguro let's start from the beginning, di ba? What inspired you first to pursue your architecture, di ba?
Well, so I guess you could say I was brainwashed.
Okay.
Well, my dad took up architecture. Brainwashed in a good way naman.
Okay.
So my dad took up architecture in UST
Okay.
1956, if I'm not mistaken.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, there you go. He wasn't able to take the board exams.
Oh, why?
Because at that time he was still he wasn't able to get his citizenship yet.
Okay.
By the time nakuha na niya, parang medyo late na, tapos parang feeling niya baka nakalimutan na niya yung mga basics and stuff, di ba?
Okay.
So he ended up becoming a contractor,
Oh.
a general contractor.
General contractor. Okay.
And throughout the year, palagi niyang, as I was growing up, he said, I'd love for you to become an architect,
Okay.
and continue what I was not able to accomplish.
Okay.
And as the eldest in the family, syempre, halos araw-araw mo nadididig yan, di ba?
Okay.
In one way or the other.
Yep.
So, I said, and then when I found out, sabi ko, may board exam pala yung architecture. Sabi ko, pwede ba psychology na lang? Di ba? But, syempre, he would have none of it.
Okay.
So it wasn't easy. It was a bit of a a bit of pressure.
Okay.
As the eldest in the family.
Yeah.
And things never. It was not something that parang as from a young age, I wanted to become an architect.
Sure.
You know.
Well, Pero after you graduated, 'di ba, nakumpleto mo na yung pag-aaral mo ng architecture. Nagtrabaho ka muna sa isang firm, architectural firm?
Well, this is what I've never worked for anyone.
Oh,
else
wow.
Except for my dad.
Oh, okay.
So college pa lang ako. Pag walang pasok, pag may free cut, diretso sa opisina.
Okay.
So to obviously help my dad, no?
Yes.
So lahat ng posisyon dinaanan ko, like
Okay.
messenger, liaison, draftsman, apprentice draftsman.
Okay.
So I guess in a way it was good, pero hindi ko na-enjoy not really enjoy, but parang I never had pag free cut, manood kayo sine, yung gano'n.
Okay.
Yun lang, but otherwise, I was exposed to the business early on.
Wow.
So straight into Negoshow talaga.
Negosyo
Yes,
talaga.
Yeah.
parang gano'n.
Ayun.
Pero wait, ilang taon ka sa
Father.
negosyo ng tatay mo?
I still
Okay.
am. In
So,
fact,
okay.
in fact, on paper, I'm supposed to be the managing director of that 60-plus-year-old company.
Okay.
Which, by the way, my wife and my two older kids are part of already.
Okay,
Oh.
wow.
You know, because obviously I have to attend to the design company.
Yes.
You know, to sort of like bring in the projects.
Okay.
Diba? Yun. So that was so it's been an ongoing thing since the mid 80s.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
galing ha. What was the first project you had?
Oh, believe it or not, it was like a doghouse.
Oh,
it
wow.
was like a doghouse that had a parang yung anteroom, like a little bedroom, but it was not obviously it was a medyo natutuwa ako when but a friend of mine asked me if I could build I think it was like a 5 square meter but officially my official project was my dad was also a developer, so he would we built a 5-story condo.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, and then tamang-tama kakapasa ko lang ng board exam nun.
Okay.
So talagang parang tiniming niya. So yan yung officially my first project.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Galing ha.
Wait, what made you decide to start nga yung GSN plus P
GSN.
architecture studio?
Well,
on top of already of working for your father, di ba? Or the
So,
family business.
I've always thought that na magiging contractor lang ako. I mean like parang masaya na ako sa pagiging contractor kasi of course, alam naman natin mas malaking pera sa construction.
Yep.
But deep down, parang alam mo yun yung parang nag-aaral ka maging arkitekto,
Yep.
'di ba? Pero wala ka namang parang wala kang firm. And back in 1992 or 93, I met two batchmates na naging classmate ko rin. And they were the architects for a project that we were constructing.
Okay.
So parang typical na parang kumusta kayo? Ganun. We caught up kung ano yung mga ginagawa namin. And we found out that we had some frustrations na wala kaming sariling design camp. Silang dalawa lang di ba?
Mhm.
So we said, why don't we so yun nagkabuyuan na parang gusto mo tayo ng kumpanya ganun.
Okay.
And after several back and forth, we each put in 25,000 pesos each.
Okay.
Wow.
And we had one employee who happened to be the render, siya na yung taga-airbrush. Kasi at that time, airbrush pa kami. Wala pa naman masyadong CAD, computer-aided design was just
okay.
coming into the
So gumagawa kayo ng mga actual model. Okay.
So we were 4. And then we just grew from there. We never looked back.
Yeah.
We're actually celebrating our 30th year this year.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So yun, and so it's been there's a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
But I think yung pagiging barkada namin
Okay.
helps for us. Hindi na masyadong dinidibdib Yung pag may problema, di ba? I mean, how do we find a way out instead of just sisihan kung sino, di ba?
Okay.
And which is, I think, kasi business is also an endeavor na, no? You need to have fun, you need to parang have that energy to wake up in the morning to keep doing that every day.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Pero in your 30 years na doing project, what to your mind was the single project that gives you the highs?
Very tough question, and I'd have to beg the indulgence of my other clients, di ba? But I think McDonald's will always have a special place in our
Ayun.
hearts.
Oh,
no?
yes. Okay.
Because there was a time I remember when the managing director Kenneth Young is a very good friend.
Okay.
He was my batchmate in high school, also
Okay.
barkada, but it was not easy going, it was not na parang, sige, pasok ka na, maging arkitekto ka na namin.
Yep.
Kasi we had to kind of work our way through para maging arkitekto nila. In fact, our first project with them was yung toilet enhancement. Yung mga banyo.
Oo.
And I remember that we had to sort of yung fake our way into mga high-end restaurants, take pictures of their yung mga banyo, kung gaano ka, ano ba yung trend ng banyo, di ba? And I remember presenting a collage of like different snapshots of what makes for a good toilet,
Yes.
di ba? And so, and at that time that was 22 years ago. So we worked on several toilets for McDonald's. Until medyo umasenso kami, so sabi niya, party place naman.
Na-promote kayo.
Party place na.
Ayun.
So yung the evolution of responsibility. So this is where we realized that party places are only 30+%, 40+% used in McDonald's. Most of the time it's an empty room. So this is where we propose na parang baka pwede natin i-tone down yung pagiging playful ng design ng party place.
Okay.
So we can make it into meeting rooms.
Ayun.
It becomes a multi-purpose events place.
Correct, yeah.
So yun, so from there, naging kami, sabi ko, sige, bigyan namin kayo ng isang tindahan. So, we were very excited.
Okay.
So we would talagang, I remember that when we first had our first opportunity, I don't remember which store that was. I think that was Lapu-Lapu City in Mactan, Cebu.
Cebu.
Yeah.
Lapu-Lapu. Wow.
So it
Shout
was-
out.
Yeah.
Mga nakikinig right now.
Mga Bisaya, kapwa Bisaya na.
Yes, that's
Diba?
right.
My mom is from Cebu, by the way.
Right,
So,
same.
So
Yeah.
McDonald's will always have a very special place in our hearts, no.
Yeah.
Because you were allowed to do your thing, tinkering with
we tried to revolutionize the design.
Yep.
Well, for some reason, there were templates that we had to follow. Diba? So we had to slowly earn the confidence of regional. So before we achieved design autonomy, and nakikita mo sa globally, McDonald's is wala nang fixed design.
Okay.
You're free to experiment. Actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, kasi I'm well aware, di ba? Your architectural studio or firm right now, you're spearheading all the modernization of all the McDonald's stores, right?
We would like to
And
think.
recently, I'm also aware you were a catalyst for the injection of eco-friendly policies within these stores. Am I correct? Can you share more about that? Yeah.
It's always been a long time. My partner and I, si Albert,
Okay.
who's the one who's really on top of the McDonald's projects.
Yes.
It's always been like a long time of ours, the frustration, if you may, to see waste, left and right.
Yes.
People are complaining about the high cost of energy, and you hear all sorts of stories na parang everybody's going green, di ba? And then we realized, why doesn't McDonald's or any of our clients go green, di ba? And then it's a bit of a frustration when there is a tendency, there is a desire to go green, pero pag nakita na yung presyo, kung magkano mahal, hindi siya ganun kadali, no? So it's always ang ginagawa namin, baby steps.
Okay.
Like, what is the minimum that you can afford?
Ayun.
That wag naman totally kalimutan na yung gusto ninyong maging green.
So at that time, you were already into the green projects.
Yes.
Sustainability.
So we in fact, during the pandemic, I got certified to be a Verde professional, which is under the auspices of the Philippine Green Building Council. Talagang sineryoso ko kasi total wala rin naman kaming ginagawa during that time, during pandemic, di ba? So they offered an online certification. So I took that opportunity, and it allowed me a better understanding, and mas naging pasensyoso ako. Hindi yung porket hindi ka natuloy na maging green,
Yes.
na parang madidisappoint ka na, gano'n. So I think that helped in a way.
Yeah. Wait, you mentioned nga yung mga green design, right? Are you finding na more and more of your clients are becoming green conscious?
They are now, they're more like, compared to maybe a decade ago.
Okay, so that's positive.
Yeah, the numbers are pretty much, and also because of technology.
Okay.
Going green, like solar panels. There was a time when we actually installed solar panels dun sa office namin.
Okay.
Yung cost ng per kilowatt ng panels was, I think at that time, we supposedly good price na yun, 120,000 pesos per kilowatt. So we had a 5 kilowatt setup on top of our roof deck.
600.
It was about 600. But now you can buy a kilowatt for as low as maybe 40,000-50,000 pesos per
so
kilowatt.
nagmura na.
Nagmura na.
One third.
And not only that, iba-iba na parang kasi at that time yung solar panels, after 3, 4, 5 years,
Palitan.
medyo yung efficiency niya parang yung glass. So pag patagal exposed to rain, which is sometimes toxic, lumalabo.
Okay.
So yung efficiency parang bumababa.
Okay.
So yung life niya parang hindi siya ganun ka-efficient na by the time you get to 5th or 6th. But now, because of nanotechnology, self-cleaning, you know, the active efficiencies mas matagal na ngayon.
Okay. Yeah. Pero I also wanted to touch on yung project nyo with Junk Not Creatives kasi naging guest rin namin yun
Si
dito
Willie.
sa show. Yes.
Yeah.
Because, di ba, renovate nyo yung mga McDonald's stores across the Philippines. Tapos, if I understand correctly, yung mga lumang mga materials that you extract from these sites,
Right.
rini-repurpose nyo
Correct.
for use in public schools. Can you talk
Right.
more about that? Kasi
Well,
napakaganda na project yan eh.
So ang nangyari was one of the so Willie was a BNI member.
Yes.
And when I got to know her more, I said, you know, who's your ideal referral? You know, who do you like to work with? And it dawned on me that my network could actually benefit from, you know, what she does.
Correct, yeah.
And so out of the blue, I said, maybe can I connect you to McDonald's? You know, maybe you guys can think of something that you can potentially work on that would have an impact on the environment, diba? So they had a meeting. They explored ways, and they looked at the biggest was their furniture, their tables and chairs.
Yeah. Okay.
It was matibay yung mga furniture nila eh. So after like 10, 15, even 20 years, Pwede mo pa siyang gamitin. As in,
Pwede
like, pag inupuan mo talaga, it's still solid. No?
Solid pa rin.
Oo.
Mhm.
So, they found a way to repurpose it to and to work with, so since they also had their own Ronald McDonald's House Charities, Bahay Bulilit.
Yes.
So they worked with that, and then eventually they repurposed all their old furniture to donate it to become classroom furniture.
Wow,
Yes.
And when I saw that video, it was like I had my moment na parang ito, I knew I did something good.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayos.
Yeah.
Ganda.
Well, now that you mentioned nga yung BNI, you referred nga yung ka-BNI mo, 'di ba, to a client of yours which was McDonald's. Can you talk about how you got started with BNI?
Oh, that's a funny story. And I hope my good friend Benson would forgive me for this.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Benson.
Yeah. So I remember I had a project in somewhere in the McKinley area.
Okay.
And long story short, I wanted to na my client was penalized, for this was during the pandemic. Was penalized for something that, a little violation, and it meant foregoing the construction bond. So I asked when I was in my batch group, yung Viber group ng high school. I asked her, I said, any of you know yung maybe construction committee chairman or any members of the committee of this subdivision?
Okay.
And si Benson, my batchmate, she said, I can connect you with the director, with the construction committee chairman.
Okay.
And nag-usap kami. Long story short, nabawi
Yung ban.
yung bond na
good.
from 2.25 naging 50,000 na lang yung penalty.
Oh, wow.
No? So
Okay.
I couldn't thank him enough, and then Benson said, you know what, you should come visit our organization, because I think you would stand to benefit from a potentially big impact on your not just on your business but also on your network. Diba?
Okay.
So I said, what the heck? I owe this guy a favor. Might as well say yes, diba? So I visited a BNI meeting, and I
Yun,
was
face-to-face pa yun.
and then that was pandemic. So our chapter was an online chapter.
Okay.
Excuse me. So naging when I watched, I said makakatulong to ng, I think makakatulong better than not doing anything during the pandemic, diba? So I joined. I said yes to the first meeting. I'm celebrating my 4th year as a BNI member March 9.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
so thank you to Benson
Yeah.
for introducing me to BNI.
Yeah.
In 4 years, you're already more than $1 billion.
Well, I passed. I don't have that business. I just passed on potential close business to that extent.
Ang laki, ha?
Yeah.
Ang laki.
Yeah.
Well, kasi I'm reading here, you've won several prestigious awards from BNI.
Gold
I think
badge.
You're unique in the country, in the Philippines. $1 Million Giver, Gold Badge Club, Referral Partner of the Year, and Master Connector of the Year. What's your secret
Oh.
to building such a
Yes.
strong network, diba?
So when I first heard of BNI, when I first watched that BNI, I said, all this time I've been practicing what BNI espouses, like parang building relationships in order for it's not enough for people to know, like, and trust you.
Okay.
Although those are solid foundations.
Yeah.
Pero hindi ka naman pwedeng bigyan ng negosyo at the onset kung wala yung connection, wala yung vibes. So I realized, like, all these 30 years, I guess, I've been doing BNI, but in my own little way.
Okay.
And I said, where has this been all my life, na meron palang ganito na and the fact that it was in a platform that you could easily relate to.
Yep.
Naging madali sa akin, because I've always I'm believe it or not, by nature I'm really an introvert. But I can switch and become, if I have to, if I need to talk, then because the job calls for it. So I really appreciated how and I guess it's all about parang this was how they teach you, and all you have to do is just apply it. And I saw firsthand na when I shared my network, connected my network to my referral partners, and they get work, iba yung pakiramdam na nakakatulong ka.
Ayun, galing.
Wait, para lang klaruhin natin sa manunood na nakikinig. When you refer someone ba sa BNI, may referral bonus ka ba?
Wala. I mean,
Wala? Okay.
It's
Alright.
it's not something, but parang siguro expectation is para ka makakuha ng komisyon.
Oh, yes, correct.
No, it's
Okay.
one of our core values, which is, I think, for me, the number one core value that I am is giver's gain.
Ayan.
Our
Wait, diba?
givers.
Yan. You need to explain that, Architect Gina, to our listeners and our viewers. But before you do that, time check muna tayo. It's 2:26.
DWIZ Negosyo.
Do you have a gambling problem? To know more about PAGCOR's responsible gaming program, including its player exclusion program, visit www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. A message of concern from the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation.
Oras na para malalimang pag-isipan kung sino ang iuupo mo sa susunod na eleksyon. Hatid ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation ang DWIZ. Iboto ang tama, itama ang boto. Alamin ang mga tamang balita at tamang impormasyon sa Aliw Channel 23, DWIZ News Nationwide, DWIZ News TV, DWIZ News FM Regional Network, Home Radio 97.9 at lahat ng digital channels ng DWIZ, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, X at DWIZ News website. DWIZ, iboto ang tama, itama ang boto. Pilipino, pag-isipan ng tama para sa desisyong tama.
Kapag tapos ng bumoto, lumapit sa Electoral Board para maipasok sa Automated Counting Machine, ACM, ang balota at hintayin ma-print ang voter's receipt. Ito po si Loli Rivera Acosta.
Paalalang dapat isipin at gawin. Bahagi na. Iboto ang tama. Itama ang boto. DWIZ Election Coverage. News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na ang mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Kamara, hinimok ang Korte Suprema na ipagwalang bisa ang paglipat ng pondo ng PhilHealth sa National Treasury. Ang detalye mula kay Patrol 30, Jelly Mendez.
Hinimok ni Cagayan de Oro City Representative Rufus Rodriguez ang Korte Suprema na ipawalang bisa ang paglipat ng pondo ng PhilHealth o Philippine Health Insurance Corporation sa National Treasury. Ayon kay Congressman Rodriguez, nabigyan ng pag-asa ang mga miyembro ng PhilHealth na ang halos 70 bilyong pisong nawawalang pondo dulot ng direktiba ng Department of Finance ay maibabalik na din para sa mga health insurance benefits. Anya, dapat ay agarang ma-invalidate ang fund transfer bago pa magpalusot ang gobyerno kung maglalabas ng hatol ang korte laban sa remittances. Una nang natanong ni Associate Justice Amy Lazaro Javier sa oral arguments ang paglipat ng 89.9 billion pesos na budget sa Treasury sa kabila ng nakareserbang PhilHealth funds para sa mga miyembro nito. Iginiit ng kongresista na hindi dapat ginagatasan ang pondo ng PhilHealth kahit may nakalaang pondo para sa mga programa at proyekto ng institusyon. Una nang pinanawagan ni Congressman Rufus sa Korte Suprema na maglabas ng Temporary Restraining Order o TRO upang pigilan ang paglilipat ng pondo at hindi masakripisyo ang benepisyo ng contributory at non-contributory members. Ito si Patrol 30 Jelly Mendez nag-uulat para sa Impilang May Todong Lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At iyan ang mga tamang balita sa mga oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News App at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Gia Rafael, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
This time check is brought to you by
Whirlpool Home Appliances that make everyday living so much easier. From washers, dryers, refrigerators, microwave ovens, cooking products, to air cons, air purifiers, and dishwashers. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
This time check is brought to you by
Technogas Technique Kitchen Appliances. Technogas Technique is available in appliance stores nationwide. Furnish your kitchen with Technogas Technique appliances. Technogas Technique, your cooking partner. That's the Technogas Technique.
Ang oras, 2:32 ng hapon.
That time check was brought to you by
Whirlpool Home Appliances that make everyday living so much easier. From washers, dryers, refrigerators, microwave ovens, cooking products, to air cons, air purifiers, and dishwashers. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
That time check was brought to you by
Technogas Technique Kitchen Appliances. Technogas Technique is available in appliance stores nationwide. Furnish your kitchen with Technogas Technique appliances. Technogas Technique, your cooking partner. That's the Technogas Technique.
That time check was brought to you by MX3.
MX3. Dito ako bilib. Oras, hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
That time check was brought to you by Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
DWIZ Negoshow. Kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Negoshow.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah, bago lahat, may mensahe lang akong babasahin mula
Wow,
sa
galing.
Pagcor.
Basahin mo eh.
Yeah, adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam ng matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na nakakabawi sa laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Ayos, galing.
May nakabitin na question. Yun.
Yung giver's gain.
Yan, Architect Jean, can you explain nga to our viewers and listeners, ano ba ibig sabihin ng giver's gain?
Well, if you break up the two words, like, give and to gain, no? So parang this is the one of the core values that almost all of in BNI live, no? Parang we practice, and this is why we achieve success because we have that mentality na pag tinulungan kita, di ba? And nagkaroon ng impact yung negosyo mo, umasenso ka,
Yes.
no? It will inspire you to help others as well. So parang domino effect.
Parang paying it forward, parang gano'n.
Paying it forward without expecting anything
Any
in
return.
return.
Ganda.
Because yung babalik din sa iyo, 'di ba? Alam naman natin kung sakali ano yung tulong na ibato mo, pero hindi ka nagbibilang.
Yes.
Hindi ka
Ayun.
nag-aantay.
Tama,
'Di ba? So, bigay lang ng bigay.
Maganda.
Ganun yung ano namin.
Wow.
Till the hurts.
Very positive yan, ha?
Very
Architect.
positive.
Yeah.
Para-
I'm
Anyway,
sure maraming blessings will be coming your way.
Yeah, gusto
Ay,
kong marami kong mga listeners dito, viewers, and possibly, and we do not know, baka tamaan nyo, I'm going to ask you, what is the dream project that you really, yung dream about? Yung gusto nyong gawin na proyekto as an architect, what is that? Baka may nakikinig dyan, yun ang gusto nyo.
Well, hindi
Is there
naman siya-
something na yung iniisip mo, sana yung ganitong gawin ko?
Siguro sa akin, kahit na maraming mga arkitekto magsasabi na gusto ko gumawa ng ganitong monumento, gusto ko gumawa ng ganitong project, di ba?
Yes.
Pero sa akin, ang sa akin lang minsan yung ang nasa isip ko is projects that can be sustainable. No? So parang tulad yan, yung McDonald's, swerte kami in the sense that meron siyang may continuity, 'di ba? Hindi lang pagtayo mo ng isang McDonald's tapos na, 'di ba? So nakikita namin yan na yung balik at yung sustainability is something that can actually be desired.
Ayun.
'Di ba?
May social impact.
May social impact. Tapos yun ang inaasam-asam ko from a business standpoint. 'Di ba? Na parang syempre gusto natin as mga negosyante, hindi yung parang one time big time.
Ayun.
'Di ba? Sa akin ang habol ko siguro is continuous source of business that will come your way, and this is something that why I really believe in BNI's core values and philosophy.
Baka naman, architect, you wanna invite yung mga viewers and listeners natin to yung mga entrepreneurs dyan, mga negosyante, to come and join BNI. And how can they go about joining BNI?
Well, we don't offhand. Obviously, we have to qualify entrepreneurs, whether they're
legitimate.
Yes,
Yan,
because we also want to protect our members.
Correct, yeah.
Diba? Kasi but if there is interest, pag medyo na-challenge kayo or curious kayo, no? Ano ba yung BNI? Hindi naman kami yung pop group na Beanie. But kaya napapagkamalan kami actually. Diba? But I invite you to, if you Google BNI, there's always a BNI chapter near you.
Okay.
And you can actually watch or visit a meeting.
May tinatawag kayo mga open day, di ba? You host regular business open day,
but
yes.
we usually entertain visitors.
Okay.
So, manood ka lang ng isang meeting.
Okay.
And then, whatever happens, whether merong interest on your end or not, then that's another matter. Whether you qualify or your business qualifies or you have complete papers, that's a different story. So it's not like parang sali na ako, 'di ba? Kasi maganda yung sinasabi ni architect, 'di ba? Pero so hindi, sadly, so it's not for everybody.
Okay.
'Di ba?
Yeah. Pero would you advise yung mga entrepreneurs na nakikinig at nanonood today to join
BNI.
a business organization? I mean, aside from BNI, because there are others out there, di ba? There's your Rotary Club, there's your JCs, di ba? There are other organizations out there. Kasi, di ba, may kasabihan, your network is your net worth, di ba? Oh.
Ang ano yan is usually, tinitingnan natin yan kung kunyari, kung kaya ng negosyo mo na to stand alone without any connections, darating yung araw na mauubusan ka.
Yes.
Di ba? Pwera lang kung sabihin mo na sa sobrang lakas ng negosyo mo, hindi mo na kailangan ng customer. Diba? Pero on the flip side, kailangan mo ng supplier para bumaba yung cost mo.
Yes.
Diba? So it's not just about customers, it's also about suppliers. Diba? And this is where the wealth of opportunities and options are. This is where these all exist in BNI or in whatever organization you, whether it's your church group, your school group. This is how you are able to expand your network, no? By increasing the amount of people that you know.
Yes.
Diba?
Okay. Well, architect, nakikilala ka na bilang isang archipreneur. Diba? And in fact, recently, you just joined the podcast or you launched a podcast pala, sorry. Na tawag ay Kabuhayan at Kabahayan. Yeah. Can you tell us what is this podcast about and what made you decide to launch it?
To join this mainstream.
Well,
Social media.
believe me, it was not something I aspired for.
Okay.
I guess in the parang lately, so I just turned 60. So it's like a way of giving
Belated
back.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
So it's a way of giving back. I felt my journey could have been shorter had I known all these things.
Yeah.
And I've been doing the rounds the last decade of probably pushing entrepreneurship for not just for architects, but you cannot be an employee forever. You need, at some point you need to be your own boss.
Yeah.
Diba? Kaya napasubo ko yung partner Alfred Carandang.
Okay, yes.
Who said, okay, let's do 3 or 5 episodes, and I think para lang makalat natin yung balita, di ba? And I think we're on our 17th or 18th episode.
Wow!
So it's been good.
Todo na talaga.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
So I guess that's you could call it na it's been a good journey so
Okay.
far.
Yeah.
Sharing. Yeah.
Ayun. Anong mga sideno yun dun sa Kabahayan? I'm just
Iba-iba yung so most of the time these are architects.
Okay.
Marami kasing yung ibang arkitekto na pumasok sa government service, yung ibang arkitekto pumasok sa husband and wife. Nung Valentine's, husband and wife ang inimbita namin, di ba?
Yes.
Na there were 3 pairs, no? And it we had a lot of views because of that, no?
Okay.
And we also talked about how architects can use AI or how architects can capitalize on social media. Diba? So it's all about the how to become an entrepreneur, diba? As an architect. Kasi merong ibang arkitekto naging supplier.
Okay.
Nag-import ng mga tulad yan, mga
Raw
bintana,
raw
mga
materials.
kitchen cabinets, diba?
Yeah.
So it's like the whole persona of pagiging arkitekto. Hindi naman pwedeng puro ka ng drawing, di ba?
Yeah.
So minsan ang calling mo iba.
So far sa podcast ninyo, who's been the most interesting guest or topic that you've had?
Again, ayokong kasi baka mamaya hindi na kami siputan ng mga ibang bisita namin, di ba? But it's been interesting kasi ang maganda diyan, marami kaming insights on their respective journeys, no? Meron nga kaming tagline palagi tinatanong namin sa mga bisita namin, parang may pera ba diyan sa ginagawa mo? Pagiging OFW at umuwi ka, di ba? We also have this advocacy na parang hindi naman pwedeng habang buhay na nasa ibang bansa ka.
Correct.
Diba? Dapat mabigyan mo rin sarili mo ng parang taning ka. Kailan ka ba uwi? Diba? Kailan ka magiging entrepreneur?
Yep.
So yun yung pakay ng namin, ng programa namin.
Ganda.
Maganda yan kasi again, marami nanonood na kinig right now na OFWs ha. Yan you heard it from Architect Gene himself. Kailan nyo plano umuwi at maging isang entrepreneur.
Yan.
Tama. Tapos connected to that, syempre ang minsan kinatatakutan nila, wala na akong kakilala dito. Diba? So all the more you need to connect yourself with organizations, professional organizations.
Yeah. Wait, architect, kanina off the air, nag-uusap rin tayo. I think part of your advocacy rin is to teach architects nga to
Become
manage their practice. Like genuine businessmen, di ba? Or business people, di ba? Kasi, di ba, we shared kanina yung parang yung mga doktor, di ba? Nagtatapos sila sa medical school pero hindi naman sila tinuturuan ng accounting,
business,
the business side of managing their practices. I mean, how is that podcast now able to help or assist your fellow architects?
Well, you have to, when you go into business kasi, hindi lang pwedeng puro projects ang hinahabol mo, di ba?
Yep.
So you have to look at the profitability, you have to look at how are you able to implement the projects as a business, di ba? Kasi when you decide to become an entrepreneur, you cannot, hindi mo pwedeng ipagkaila na merong may mga taong umaasa sa iyo. These can actually be and these can actually be accountants, these can actually be your admin people, your clients even, but you also have a responsibility to to society. You have a responsibility to pay your taxes, di ba? So and minsan kami mga arkitekto, although syempre yung panahon namin, hindi kulang yung mga subjects na tinuturo sa amin about how to run the business. Again, I'm very grateful that some schools or even majority of the schools, architecture schools, now have business subjects.
Ayun.
Di ba? Minsan, dati naalala ko, may Spanish pa kaming inaaral, di ba? But actually, one of my major clients now are Spanish.
Yeah, okay.
No? So, I kind of like parang regretted not being more focused about another language as a proficient no. So anything that they teach you in college is important. It's just that more importantly, the other facet of running the business needs to also be parang pushed so that when the time comes that you're ready to become an entrepreneur,
ready ka na.
May bala ka na. Ibig sabihin na alam mo na kahit na yung awareness lang di ba?
Ayan speaking of awareness, siguro next topic we would like to touch on is your advice for yung mga aspiring na archipreneurs. Pero before that, time check muna tayo. It's 2:48.
DWIZ Negoshow.
Now we are unboxing MX Sweet Coffee. Each box has 10 sachets of low-acid and sugar-free coffee. You can have it hot or cold. Bring it with you anytime, anywhere. Shop at Lazada, Shopee, and in leading drugstores nationwide.
Bago maniwala sa mga claim na yan, patunayan na yan sa Let's Prove It! Isa ka ba sa mga nagsusuot ng wearable devices para ma-monitor ang iyong heart rate, ma-record ang steps na nagagawa mo sa isang araw at kung ilang calories na ang iyong na-burn? Ang pagsusuot nga ba ng wearable devices ay nakakatulong para i-monitor mo ang iyong health? Tara, let's prove it! Ang wearable devices ay kilala sa pagtatrack ng physical activities at ito ay isang good source na nag-aalaw upang makapag-set ka ng short-term o long-term goals para sa kalusugan. Ayon sa starknowledge.com na ang wearable technology ay gumagamit ng iba't ibang mga sensors para subaybayan ng iba't ibang physical activities ng tao. Kasama na ang optical sensor na lenses at light-emitting diodes, textile sensors na naka-embed na fiber sa damit, smartwatch, smart glasses at sports clothing. Dahil dito, natatrack ng isang tao ang kanilang health gaya ng calories burned, steps produced at heart rate per day na accurate. Bukod dito, ang wearable devices ay nakakapagpataas din ng productivity sa pamamagitan ng pagre-record ng working time at nakakatulong din na makapag-communicate sa team dahil sa feature nito na instant messaging at voice command. Gayon din naman ito ay may GPS tracking upang maprotektahan sa anumang panganibang nagsusuot nito. Kaya naman payo ng mga eksperto, huwag matakot gumamit ng wearable devices dahil nakakatulong ito sa iyong sleep pattern, exercise habit at iba pang health concern. DWIZ Negoshow kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Negoshow.
Yes. And we're back. Oh, architect, may nakabitin nga na question. Yung, di ba, you mentioned nga when you were starting off, yung mga lessons, di ba, that you wish you knew earlier, di ba? As an entrepreneur, di ba? Kasi again, madami nakikinig dyan, nanonood, are about to embark on their own entrepreneurial journey. Yeah. Can you share some of that?
Well, number one is know the system of how you pay your taxes. No?
Yan na, magbayad ng buwis.
Magbayad ng buwis para sa ika-asenso ng bayan, di ba?
Correct, yes.
But number two is also, you have to pay yourself a salary as an entrepreneur.
Yep.
Kadalasan kasi, kunyari, kumita ka ng 100 pesos. Diba? Yung 100 pesos na yan, isusweldo mo na lahat, gagastos mo sa materyales, yung ganun. Pero nakakalimutan mo bayaran ng tama yung sarili mo.
Yep.
Or, kahit papano, when you pagpepresyo ka, presyohan mo to a point na yung involvement mo sa negosyo, nasama mo. Kasi too often, yung oras, time is free. But the moment you have to also understand, it is also a currency for which it allows you to do so many things. So you need to pay yourself properly for that. And for young entrepreneurs, especially for architects who wish to minsan sila they're afraid to ask for help.
Okay.
Parang akala nila kailangan nilang magkamali. Of course, magkakamali ka naman talaga. Di ba? But I guess learning from, kasi I came from a partnership. The journey was with partners. Kaya and why people always ask me, paano kayo umabot ng 30 years na buhay pa rin kayo? Nandiyan pa rin kayo, di ba?
Yes, correct.
I think we've learned to respect one another's strengths. Like in my case, I was more business development. I was more the business side. I had a partner who was more siya yung creative side.
Okay.
I had a partner who was the technical side. No? So, may kanya-kanya kaming rule. And we know that kailangan namin, we need these things to survive.
Yep.
Diba? And I think it's really more those three aspects of the business.
Pero architect that really stands out yung sinasabi niyo about partnerships. Kasi I'm sure madami nanonood nakikinig right now, 'di ba? Na pinag-iisipan nila, magne-negosyo ba ako kasama ng mga kaibigan ko? 'Di ba? In your case, it's been a very successful journey, 'di ba? So, I think I really appreciate that sort of advice nga. It's very important to clearly define each and everyone's role, di ba? In the business. No? Yun nga, can you also touch on siguro what are some of the common mistakes that you see nga with entrepreneurs, and what can you advise them on how to avoid all of these?
Siguro naman I think yung paghahawak ng pera, no? Kasi alam natin na like in our case, when we receive money, I was just sharing to Tito Lito that in our business, kasama namin yung mga engineers. Marami kaming kasama sa trabaho na para kumbaga it's a comprehensive delivery of service.
Yep.
So in fact, we work with many engineers, structural, electrical, mechanical, plumbing. So dapat kung kunyari yung paghawak ng pera, pag nakakuha ka ng kunyari 100,000,
yes,
alam mo dapat kung para saan yung sa consultants, itatabi mo yan. Alam mo rin kung para saan yung para sa regular expenses, like yung upa mo, yung kuryente, tubig, di ba? Pati yung sa empleyado mo.
Yeah.
And more importantly, ano yung para sa'yo. Diba? At so you need to do a little bit of parang forecasting. Hindi yung pwedeng medyo malungkot sa profession namin. Nagpapatayan yung mga dahil sa pababaan na lang ng presyo, which is I think basic of not just for our industry, pero we have to also give ourselves credit na pag pinag-aralan mo yan, pinaghirapan mo yan, may experience ka, you have to charge properly. Hindi yung
know your worth.
Oh yeah, exactly. 'Di ba? So maningil ka ng tama, hindi porket ganun ang singit, ganun ang takbuhan. Kaya mo bang panindigan yung service?
Yeah.
'Di ba? So I would push for that.
Architect, kasi talagang your ang dami yung mga nuggets of wisdom, no? Are you willing to mentor? I'm sure madami nanonood na nakikinig na mga architects dyan, mga interior designers, mga creative designers.
That was a curveball. I would I guess I would love to.
Yes.
Giver's gain.
Of course. Giver's gain extends not just it extends beyond BNI.
Correct, yes.
But I think like ang ginagawa, like when I give talks to UAP chapters, I'm even willing to share as much as, kasi ang ano sabi ko, ilang pages ba yung proposal ninyo? Pag gagawa kayo ng service proposal, no? So ito yung parang common na, minsan tanong sa 3 pages, 5 pages, 2 pages. But sabi ko, kaya tayo inaabuso minsan ng kasi hindi nakalagay sa kontrata natin. So ang importante is you have to be as comprehensive as possible. And mind you, my engagement proposal grew over the years. Kasi marami akong experiences na dapat pala niligyan ko na ganito dapat lang yung ilang sheets lang ang pwede kong i-produce, di ba?
Yes.
So in that regard, I'm even willing to share my templates if they need to,
oh,
di ba?
Wow. Okay.
At no charge.
Yes.
As long as they're as long as they're legitimate architects.
Yep.
Di ba? And it's always parang if they really need to ask for help, all they have to do is ask, di ba?
So yun
How do they reach you pala?
Well, they could email me, or they could I won't give my mobile now, but because I might be inundated. But they can email or go to our website. That's www.gsnparkstudio.com, and they can find the numbers or the ways to connect with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Architect, kasi you're gonna be so busy now, di ba? Mentoring so many aspiring archipreneurs, di ba? And all your design projects and all the referrals that you'll be doing for BNI. What's your secret to yung tinatawag, yung buzzword, di ba? Yung work-life balance.
There is no balance, actually. It is the secret like our founder will always say, there is no secret. Diba? There is no secret. There's no one secret that makes it work.
Yep.
But for me, what would work would be integrating, like in my case, integrating BNI into my business, into my life.
Okay.
So much so that my wife, my kids, and my team, they all know how valuable BNI is in terms of, But in the case of, like, let's say, if you're in another organization, tell your immediate circle about how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So if you learn to integrate what you do outside of work into what you do, so you end up working on the business, not in the business.
Yep.
Then I think that's how you achieve success both in and out.
Wow. Thank you.
I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Well, Architect, kulang talaga tayo sa oras. Pero we're at the tail end of our show nga. And siguro lastly, for Filipinos that are dreaming of becoming entrepreneurs, what's your golden piece of advice for them?
I've I've learned in BNI that alam mo, it's kung if you want to be good at something, you cannot just declare it. You cannot just say I want to be good. I want to. It's like kunyari, gusto mo, you want to lose weight. You cannot lose weight if you just sign up for gym membership.
Yes.
If you buy gym membership, you cannot lose weight. You have to use the platform, you have to use the machines, you have to use the basics.
Yes.
So it's the same way with, you cannot be declaring, di ba, na parang abundance because you wanted to. You have to parang it will be painful, it will be a journey, but you also have to enjoy the ride. You have to have fun while doing it.
Enjoy the ride. Well, Architect, thank you so much for
You're most welcome.
spending your afternoon with us, and we hope to have you back.
Oh, I'd love
on
to.
our show.
Love to come back
Yeah.
and share.
So again, thank you. Yep.
Senyor Balita with Senyor Ray Pacheco. Bye.
Walang yumayaman sa pagiging empleyado lang. Dapat lahat tayo nagninegosyo. Timing! Narito ang isang programang magbibigay ng tamang gabay sa pagnenegosyo. Pakinggan at panoorin ang mga ekspertong